Good morning, everyone. My name is Diane Rogers, and I'm the Executive Director of Citizens Against Lawsuit Abuse for Northern California. We're so pleased to be here in Alamo to have the opportunity to tell you about a survey and some work we've been doing about educating the media, elected officials, and folks who truly care about the impact of lawsuit abuse. We define lawsuit abuse as those kinds of lawsuits that are filed for greed, publicity, or simply harassment. We are very pleased that we joined with the NFIB of California to do a survey, and that survey showed that 3/4 of small businesses are afraid of lawsuits and afraid that they're going to close their doors as a result of those lawsuits. A couple other facts I'd like to share with you: that nearly 94% of businesses fear that lawsuits could force them to raise their costs. Nearly 75% said that would force them to restrict or change their products or services that they offer to customers. And nearly 78% said it would cause them to reconsider the expansion of their businesses or simply to hire new employees. And even 67% thought they might actually be required to lay off employees. I'd like to share with you who's joining with me today. We have Councilwoman Karen Stemper from Danville. We have the former mayor of Pleasanton, Frank Brandes. Bill Clarkson, who's the San Ramon Unified School Board Director. Joanne Erickson, a former member of the school board. Dee Monk, who's with the Farm Bureau of Contra Costa County. Chris Hunt, who is with the Contra Costa Taxpayers Association. And I'm very pleased to introduce John Kabatak, who's the Executive Director of NFIB for California, to share with you a few more thoughts.
Thanks so much, Diane. And again, I'm John Kabatak. I'm the Executive Director with the National Federation of Independent Business California. We represent approximately 23,000 small and independent business owners in California, about 350,000 throughout the United States. And we are very proud to be here today and very proud to be partnering with the California Citizens Against Lawsuit Abuse to raise awareness with this week, Lawsuit Abuse Awareness Week, about the real impact and the severe impact that frivolous lawsuits, junk lawsuits have, not just on small businesses, but on all of the community. And the real ones who only end up gaining when there are lawsuits like this that are frivolous, junk, and really erroneous are the trial lawyers and plaintiffs' attorneys and folks who are doing it for one reason and one reason only, and that's to make a quick buck. They prey on small businesses more often than not. Really, of the business community, small business becomes the easy prey because they don't have a legal team. They don't have large budgets, but they are really the ones who are struggling, and oftentimes, as a result, find a reason to try to either settle this egregious lawsuit or defend it themselves. And what happens is one thing: they end up spending money that they really don't have, again, new and unanticipated costs in California, to try and wrestle and grapple with these frivolous lawsuits. And that has an effect on everybody, not just, again, the small businesses, but the people they employ, their customers, because they're either going to be forced to raise prices or pare back shifts or lay people off, or the worst of all fears is close their doors. Frivolous lawsuits are again, a real impact. And again, the attorney of a major corporation said a few years ago, his company didn't consider cases where plaintiffs were seeking less than $1 million as very serious ones. Well, for an NFIB member and for small business, that would be life or death. And so lawsuit abuse affects everyone. It creates a climate of fear. As you heard from Diane, there are some not surprising but very astounding figures in terms of the impact this would have. And absolutely one thing that she also might have mentioned is that 98% of our respondents, our members, close to 1,000 who responded, basically stated that absolutely our elected leaders need to do more to reform these frivolous lawsuits. There's been a lot done in this area, some done in this area in terms of stopping shakedown lawsuits, reforming workers' comp, but a lot more needs to be done. That is why we are so very, very proud, NFIB California, to endorse Abram Wilson, because he is absolutely, Mayor Wilson is absolutely the kind of leader that we need in Sacramento. More leaders like Abram Wilson who understand small business, understand our communities, understand the impact that the self-serving attorneys have, again, not just on small business owners and their employees, but all of a community. So we're very, very thrilled, and I'm especially honored to be here today because we're proud to be part of this, raising awareness, making sure our elected leaders understand they need to do more. There have been some steps, but not enough, and that absolutely this is why the people of this district, but I think certainly all Californians, will benefit so much from having Mayor Abram Wilson as part of the legislature when they send him to Sacramento in November. So thank you again for letting me be here, and again, we just appreciate the ability to share the impact this will have on all Californians, small business and otherwise. Thanks very much.
Thank you, John. Mayor Wilson, if you would join me here at the podium.
Thank you.
I'd like to announce that Citizens Against Lawsuit Abuse is very proud to recognize the Honorable Abram Wilson as our lawsuit abuse warrior for 2008, and I'd like to present him with this plaque and hope you'll say a few remarks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Again, I realize that frivolous lawsuits affect everyone. We're looking at an economy today that's in turmoil, and small businesses. We need to have small businesses here in California, and they're being driven away by these frivolous lawsuits. We have to understand that, the average person and how it affects the average person. These frivolous lawsuits stop businesses from coming to California, stop businesses from nurturing the economy. It's imperative that we work with other legislators to make sure that we enact legislation that protects small businesses. Again, we're talking about a time now in our economy that it's hurting everyone. We can turn that around by bringing businesses into California and to make sure that they prosper. They can prosper if they know that they don't have to worry about frivolous lawsuits. I hope that you will join me and the legislators in Sacramento to make sure that we protect our small businesses. Thank you.
Okay, now I know the mayor needs to go in there, but I'd like to do then is invite each of you to come up and maybe make a statement for the camera, and we'll take it from there. Thank you all so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good luck on the forum. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Take care.
We're good. We're 9:31 or 11:31. 11:31
right now.
Yes.
Here?
So-
Yes.
Does it start? All right. Thanks.
Oh, well, we better get in there.
I'm Karen Stepper. I was the mayor of Danville in 2006 and current council member. As the mayor, we had a survey that showed that 85% of the new businesses that come to Danville were under 5 employees. These are the small businesses we're talking about. If they can't afford to have insurance against these frivolous lawsuits because of these rising rates, they go without, or they don't start the new business. California can't afford that. We appreciate new businesses coming to Danville and to the entire Tri-Valley. We're a leader in that area, and we appreciate the fact that Abram has taken such a strong position against frivolous lawsuits. As a CPA, I see the cost to the small businesses on the other side. I see what it costs them when somebody comes and asks them even just to defend frivolous, unsubstantiated allegations. Thank you for supporting Abram Wilson.
The Contra Costa County Farm Bureau the Contra Costa County Farm Bureau is pleased to support Abram Wilson, as is the California Farm Bureau Federation. We believe that he will instill in our legislature the kind of values that we need in order to protect our farming way of life. Small businesses and small farms need protection from lawsuits, and we as farmers get picked off by attorneys just as often as the small businesses do. Thank you.
California businesses already face a number of challenges. We have an anti-business climate. We're a high-tax state. The one challenge that businesses certainly don't need are these frivolous lawsuits. Anything that can be done to combat them by having solid people in the legislature is exactly what we need. We should turn California business around. We certainly need that for our future and for our challenged economy right now. So please help us support please help us support the anti-lawsuit agenda. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yep. Sorry.
Thank you. No, you guys, that's perfect. That's a lovely.